Well, it's reasonable for moms to expect that companies who make products for babies like diapers would not support anti-baby causes like abortion. But that's not always the case. Very large corporations that include diapers and other baby products have been found to support liberal causes which, under the banner of women's health care, support abortion services. Well, today you'll learn about a diaper company that shares your pro-life views. Stay with us. Welcome to the Moms for America podcast. Each week, special guests tackle the issues facing the moms of America today. Discussions include personal stories and advice on how moms can build a strong foundation of faith, family, and freedom in their homes and country. Hi, moms. I'm Debbie Kurlitis. Thanks again for joining us today on the Moms for America podcast. We're always thrilled that you stopped by and spent some time with us. Right here on the top of the show, I always do want to invite you, Mama. Would you please subscribe, like, share, all that fun stuff, even maybe leave a review regarding our podcast. We'd surely appreciate that. And share this with your mom friends. We also want to invite you, moms, if you're listening and you have not joined the movement here at Moms for America, please join us. We are an amazing group of moms uniting all across the country, fighting for faith, family, freedom, and the Constitution. It is a great sisterhood. So would you please check us out at momsforamerica.us and join the movement? We would absolutely love to hear from you. Also, if you have an idea or a topic for a podcast, please email me at podcast@momsforamerica.net. I would love to hear from you. Any suggestions or guests or topics? I love hearing from our mamas. Alrighty, on to today's program. Hey, it's October and it's Respect Life Month. We love that at Moms for America. Right here in October, churches all across our country set aside this month as a special time to respect life and celebrate life. Our guest, Michael Seifert, has found a way to respect life through the creation of the company EveryLife. Don't you love that, EveryLife? Michael is the founder and CEO of PublicSq, which owns EveryLife, a diaper company rooted in the Christian faith. It's a pro-life company, and they are unapologetic about it. Welcome, Michael, to the Moms for America podcast. Glad to have you.
It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we've heard a lot about PublicSq. We've heard a lot about the initiatives that you're doing. Thank you for being warriors in the culture and giving us an option to shop. So thank you for that, because that's a really big thing in today's culture. And everybody wants to shop somewhere where they feel like their dollar is going towards people that agree with them. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Honestly, we've been a company from the beginning that's been very open that none of this could happen without the people that use the platform and shop through the platform and the businesses that have joined the platform and have stated their pro-life and pro-family views very clearly. We only exist as a tech solution if there are actually people to use the solution. And so We're very grateful for all the folks that have helped this movement grow to what it is today. We hit over 1 million members faster than Twitter, Airbnb, Spotify. And I think all of that is just evidence of how strong this movement in the country is of patriotic Americans that do want to shop with companies that embody the classic principles that this country was built on. So I appreciate that a ton, but thank you.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if everyone, our audience knows about another company that you have and why you decided to do that. So being that we're talking about life this month, you were a perfect guest to talk about this company and what you decided to do and the stands that you're so open about. But before we get into that, we always like to hear a little bit about everybody's family. So you're a dad, right?
I am indeed. I am a proud dad of a 10-month-old baby girl. She is amazing. My wife and I are incredibly blessed by our little Lily.
Oh, I love Lily. I love those older names that are coming back.
Yep. You got it. We do too.
Super cute. All right. So, Michael, let's talk about this company, EveryLife. We're going to talk about the specifics of it. But this company, like PublicSq, is rooted in Christian faith and patriotism and family values. Why do you lead with life? Why do you lead with this? Because really, in today's culture, it could be extremely controversial, right? We've seen what has happened with some companies, but you've decided to lead EveryLife as a pro-life company, unashamed.
Well, we certainly aren't ashamed about it. If we can't get life right, we miss everything else. We are believers at the core of our being that life is a gift. It's a gift from God. And if we can't celebrate and protect every innocent life, what use are we to the world around us? What use are we as messengers of the gospel? Certainly, that's how I personally view it. I mean, it's one of those things where it's sort of a litmus test for basic truth. Can we protect basic truth? Can we believe that every life is a miracle and make sure that from its very first moments it is celebrated and protected? And if I can't get that right, I really don't deserve to do much else. And if anything, I'm harmful toward the overall mission of restoring of our country if I can't get life right. And so, the way that we view it is that there are many companies in this country that have taken a very antagonistic stance toward life and family values. And we want to be a hopeful antidote. It's one thing to boycott. That's very important. Obviously, people should not spend money with companies they don't want to. If you are forced to spend money at a company, that's not a free market. That's authoritarianism. We believe that people should be able to move their spending power away from companies that they do not believe in or do not align with their values. But if we do not provide hopeful, positive alternatives on the other side of things, where people can actually move their money, that'll give them the blessed assurance that they're not only not funding their opposition, but they're actually funding a company that aligns with their core principles and is trying to create the same future for the United States that they're trying to create, then our boycotts are really ineffective. So I was really drawn to this concept of a sort of parallel economy almost a decade ago. But in 2021, I had the idea for essentially a digital marketplace that would help connect patriotic Americans to businesses that were unashamedly pro-life, pro-family, and pro-freedom. Now, today, just over a year after launching that platform nationwide, we have over 1.5 million consumers on the platform as members. We have over 65,000 small businesses around the United States. Early on in our journey, we learned from our consumers that one of the businesses they were really looking for, but weren't finding on our platform that was values aligned, was diapers and wipes. So we highlight this massive network of 65,000 plus businesses, but we weren't able to find a diapers and wipes brand that was pro-life, pro-family, and pro-freedom, which you may find shocking. We certainly did.
Right.
As we looked deeper, we discovered that every single major diaper company in the United States today, everyone, without exception, either vocally or financially supports abortion.
Wow.
Not only does that make zero moral sense,
right?
It doesn't make any economic sense
either. Right.
Why would you as a company support the termination of your customer base? And why would you blatantly offend the values of the people that are having 41% more kids than progressives? Pro-life Americans are having more kids. That's just a fact of the matter. And so you would think that a diaper company would cater toward that audience and would specifically prioritize messaging to that audience, but they don't. Hello Bello came out last year and announced that they're donating for their employees' abortions. Coterie, one of the nicest luxury diaper companies that money can buy today, came out and said that they are lost without abortion rights after the Roe v. Wade overturning last summer. This is a diaper company. Honest has said that they fully support abortion. You've got Pampers and Huggies and other companies that have financially supported abortion or have contributed to their employees' abortions. It's really a shocking revelation. So what we wanted to do is create a diaper company that we could sell into the market that would have a very clear message, no matter where you're from, no matter what you look like, no matter the color of your skin, background, socioeconomic status, every life is a miracle. And every life deserves to be celebrated and protected as such. So we've created the nation's first high-performing diapers and wipes company for every little miracle. It's called EveryLife. You can find it at everylife.com. And we launched it July 13th. The reception in this first few months has been absolutely incredible. And we are so glad and blessed to be able to provide this solution to a group of consumers who told us they were looking for this.
Yeah. Well, here at Moms for America, we just really were thrilled to hear about this. And we did, we promoted it and we said, moms, there's a pro-life diaper company that is, loves America, loves family, loves freedom. And so we've been sharing it as well. And kudos to you and to the company for taking a stand and providing that, because people do want to put their money and invest in companies that are making sense. We hate funding the enemy, I guess is what I'll call it.
Yep.
And it is shocking to see that a diaper company or, a baby clothesline or, baby products would be supporting termination. I mean, that's it's just so upsetting to all of us as parents. Do you think since the Roe v. Wade has been overturned, since we're talking about life and the issue of life here, do you feel like the company is moving more towards life? Is it still completely divided? Is it, where do you see this now that you speak to life often as a organization, as a company?
Well, I would say that the vast majority of Americans agree with the message of life. And those that don't agree, very often it's because they're misinformed, not because they know all the facts and still choose to be pro-abortion. That's very rarely the case. What we've seen is an indoctrination campaign from the highest levels of government and institutional America, where they are trying to pressure, especially young women, into believing that abortion is just a procedure to eliminate your pregnancy because it's just a clump of cells. They are so misled. And so as we talk to consumers and as we hear stories from the ground and hear about folks that are learning the reality of abortion, their mind is immediately changed. When people learn what abortion really is, and when they learn what the science clearly states, which is that life begins at conception, their entire worldview shifts toward a pro-life ethical position. What we find, though, is that unfortunately, again, many of the mouthpieces of culture, entertainment, economics, and government, even though it's a small subset of the culture, have really made it their mission to seek to indoctrinate folks. Right. And when corporate America has gotten involved in that, that's really dangerous. So when you have a diaper company that has made abortion about women's healthcare, when it has nothing to do with that, you got to fight an economic game, and people need to realize that what they spend their money on is what they empower.
I love that, an economic game.
Yeah, it is. That's, you don't just have the ability to vote every 2 and 4 years. That's not true. You can vote every day.
Right.
And it's the power of your wallet. Again, what you spend your money on is what you're going to empower to continue. And so what we need to realize as consumers is that the more that we spend our money on these companies that really stand against life, they stand for abortion and against life, we're empowering that culture to continue. And Roe v. Wade being overturned, the Dobbs decision was a massive win legislatively. Yes. But we got to see those same sorts of wins take place in the world of economics. And I think that the more that consumers are waking up and realizing how absurd this has all gotten, especially nothing's more absurd than a diaper company supporting abortion, you kind of stop, you sit back, and you realize, like, wait a second, am I really being fed the truth here? Right. Is Joe Biden and the media and all these different people, are they really telling me the truth about this issue, or should I look a little bit more into it myself? And then they're stumbling upon amazing organizations like Moms for America, Live Action, these incredible organizations that are doing a great job at educating people, and their whole worldview is shifting. I get really hopeful the more that those types of things happen.
Well, you talked about the power of the wallet. We in Moms for America, we did power the purse.
Love it. That's great. Yeah.
And everybody was like, So it is where I'm opening up my purse. I'm going to be spending it on companies that are the same values. I'd like to just talk about the fact, you talked about Lily in the beginning being 10 months old. You were obviously always pro-life, but the change that happens in a person when they actually go through that pregnancy and that delivery and their child. And this is what I feel like is happening with a lot of people that I know were kind of in the middle about abortion. They have a child and they understand the miracle of it. So that's what I'm praying, that those that go through this miracle, that changes their hearts, their minds, and their families, doesn't it?
Amen. It does. We always knew why we were fighting for life, and we wanted to be adamant about that. We believe at the core of our being, as I mentioned at the outset of this podcast, that if we get life wrong, we get everything wrong. Yeah. But something totally different takes place. It becomes very personal when we had our baby girl. When we had Lily, the whole worldview shifted because before that, we were really fighting for this macro future we want to create. We're trying to fight for truth and righteousness to advance in our country through the power of the wallet and the marketplace. When we had Lily, it became very much about just a better future for my daughter. It may sound selfish, but I'm not fighting because I want to save the country. I'm fighting because I want to help my daughter. And I think that in turn, we're going to save the country. But I think for parents to recognize through that very intimate experience that if you want to change the world, it starts in your own living room. That's really important. That's the message we try to embody at our company. We actually believe that it's the little things that add up over time. That if I want to change the country, I start with the state. If I want to change the state, I start with my county. If I want to change the county, I start with the city. And if I want to change the city, I start with my own backyard, you know?
Yes.
And so I think that parenthood really sunk that message in for me at a completely different level.
Right. You can't even explain it until you go through it, you know, until you're there understanding, you know, what God's doing in your wife's, you know, it's just amazing. You're awestruck.
By the way, that's why Planned Parenthood will not show women the ultrasounds. They refuse to. They won't do that because they know when you see that miracle of life, everything changes for you. And it's why the left is fighting so hard against the family unit. It's why there are folks that are encouraging people to have less kids. It's why companies are funding the termination of their employees' children. It's why there's this broader anti-family messaging amongst the entertainment world. They cannot stand that you would see the miracle of life, because if you do, your entire worldview will shift more toward conserving that miracle of life and all of the aspects of culture that will help protect that miracle of life. And that's a total threat to their agenda.
Right. And moms and dads, they're great defenders of their child. So nothing comes between, you know, the mama and her baby or her daddy and her baby, for sure. Hey, you talked a lot about changing, you know, your district, your neighborhood, your school, but you say your motto, right, is changing diapers, changing lives. Let's talk about that. I mean, I've never heard that motto before. I remember when I was changing diapers, I don't know if I was thinking that, but yes.
Well, I would say that, it's not something you typically associate with cleaning up a mess, but you really are. When moms and dads are changing the diapers of their little ones, they are prepping them for a life ahead that will have plenty of challenges, but lots of opportunities for growth and for leadership. And when parents are changing the diaper of an infant, there's almost nothing more humbling and self-sacrificing or serving in a way than helping a little one who's helpless. Like my daughter cannot survive on her own. And it's a massive responsibility that's placed on parents. And so we want to be a company that celebrates that level of responsibility, that parents have a true calling. That calling is to serve and protect, to lay their lives down for the betterment of their children. That's the goal of a parent. A goal of a parent should not be to love themselves as best as they can and have as many self-care days as they can so that they'll just be comfortable all the time. No, when I signed up for fatherhood, I signed up for fatherhood, which means my life now is not about myself. It's about my daughter. My wife's life is not about herself. It's about her daughter. Now, we keep ourselves healthy so we can keep our daughter healthy. But at the end of the day, we want to be a company that is about recognizing the beautiful sacrifice of parenthood and celebrating that sacrifice. And on top of that, we want to put our money where our mouth is. So anytime that a purchase happens through EveryLife.com for a new set of diapers or wipes, these high-performing diapers and wipes for every little miracle, a portion of the proceeds actually goes back to our Buy for a Cause program so that we can donate more diapers to moms and fathers in need around the country through pregnancy centers to adoption facilities. It's really an incredible give back program that we've established actually for the month of August this year after the Maui wildfires.
Yes, we participated in this. Moms for America did. Yes.
That's great. That's right. So what's really exciting about this is paired with incredible organizations like yours, paired with thousands of consumers that joined us through our Buy for a Cause program, we were able to donate over 120,000 diapers to moms in need in Lahaina, Maui, over 200,000 wipes. So it was an incredible experience for us to be able to help those in need. October, we're actually celebrating Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and we're doing a pretty neat campaign that you can find out more at EveryLife.com for our Buy for a Cause program in this month. And it's really neat to witness how consumers are so excited, obviously, about the quality products on their doorstep that are helping serve their baby that have a beautiful message, but also the ability to give back toward other parents that or babies in need that maybe aren't as fortunate. We want to be holistic about our message, and that means putting our money where our values are.
I love it. I just love it. So thrilled to talk to you about this. But just when you were talking about the diapers and changing, I remember when I was in the heat of it all, and, when you're doing diapers, you're doing dishes. I remember my brother saying to me, take those moments and pray for your kids during those. So when I would do the diapers, or I would do the laundry, I would do the dishes, which are the three things I really wasn't loving always as a mom. And I would be just praying for them. And that's really it, because this is what God has chosen us to do, to be parents, to cultivate, protect, raise, love our kids. And so great reminder, just on you, your dad, being a dad, your wife, the company, and just respecting life and honoring this great opportunity we have to be parents. So let's just talk quickly here at the end too about your products, what you have, what sets them apart. I love to hear about that too for our moms.
Yeah, I'd be happy to share. So my wife and I utilize EveryLife diapers because we're ultra picky about clean ingredients. We're ultra picky about how things are sourced. So we wanted to make sure that these diapers were diapers that my family could feel proud of supporting, our team could feel proud of supporting.
Right.
The worst fear I would ever have is being a company that doesn't utilize its own supply because it is compromised in some fashion. That's not the way we've chosen to do things. We have chosen to build products that Lily would love. And in turn, we've created diapers and wipes of all different sizes for every stage of the journey, from basically 0 to 2 of a baby's life. We also are coming out with new lines in the near future, like training pants. So stay tuned for that, like pull-ups as well. So as a part of this growing EveryLife brand, we want to continually source products with clean ingredients that can be given to consumers that solve kind of all the needs of parenthood for their babies. And so we're really grateful that as this brand continues to grow, we have more ability to do that and more capacity to do that, more financial ability to do that. And you can head to everylife.com where you can find all of those products and more. The other thing I'd recommend doing is follow us on social media. You can find us obviously on PublicSq at publicsq.com, search for EveryLife. You can also follow us on Instagram or Twitter. We try to tell stories really often. And those stories are
absolutely.
Sweet.
Yes, I love that.
When people can hear testimonies of how EveryLife is changing their family or changing their communities, we have EveryLife campaigns where people say that I'm an EveryLife dad and I'm an EveryLife mom. And if you're loving your diapers, submit a little story too. We'd love to highlight you. We'd love to tell your story more broadly. That's the way this brand grows. We're not big believers in massive marketing campaigns with super high dollar spend and billboards. That's not really how we like to do things. We like to build this brand and our associated brands in a more grassroots fashion with the actual consumers telling the story. So that's pretty neat as well. I'd encourage folks to follow us on social media, keep track along with the journey. You can also subscribe to the diapers. So that's the last thing I'll mention. These products are direct to consumer. We ship them to your doorstep in literally a matter of hours, not weeks. It's like 48 hours. These things are on your doorstep. And you can also buy in a subscription cadence. So if you just want to be able to purchase a subscription and know that those diapers are going to show up on your doorstep, you can manage your subscription via text. So if you need them a little bit early, if you went through a lot more diapers that month than normal, you can reach out to us and we'll send this shipment early. We can also do that for late as well. If you need another week before the subscription arrives, all of that can be managed with a click of a few buttons. We try to make it really simple so that you can live your busy life as a parent and know that EveryLife has your back to provide all that you need so that you can keep your little miracle healthy and clean.
I love it. And when you visit the website at EveryLife, you'll see how passionate you are as an organization about life, family, traditional family values, faith, all of this. It's so evident and it's so beautiful to see a company taking a stand and then providing great products. So we're super fans. We love PublicSq. We love EveryLife. And we are so proud of what your company, your organization, and I'm excited to see all the that PublicSq and all these companies are going to do, and just a great opportunity for us to shop, spend our money on organizations that have the same values. So our mamas appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much. We're so grateful that you've joined the journey. to shop our values. You guys are leaders in this movement. We're so grateful for the Moms for America community. One more fun fact, by the way, our most typical consumer on the platform is a middle-aged mama bear. We have these moms that love the country, love the Constitution and the values that it protects because they know it will create the best legacy for their children. So the mama bears, we are very grateful for. They are our most frequent consumer to the platform. They make over 71% of daily purchases for the household. Moms have the power with their consumer purchasing power to shift the power structures of the society back toward family values and the people that embrace family values. So I'm so grateful for the Moms for America community. We're proud to partner with you. And thanks so much for having me on today.
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate it so much. God bless you guys.
God bless you as well. Thank you.
What a great interview with Michael. Love, love, love what they're doing. Again, go ahead, visit everylife.com. Check out this company. What better place for us to be supporting as moms than a pro-life diaper company? So thanks again, Michael. Thanks again for all you're doing over there at PublicSq, and love them. Love what they're doing. All righty, moms, I just want to kind of give you a quick wrap up here about some of the programs and the resources that we offer here at Moms for America. We continue to provide all kinds of information on issues that are important to you as a mama. Look, just like today, working with companies that support family and our values. These are things that we need to be talking about all the time. We need to be talking about life. We need to be talking about legislation and training our kids and saving America. All of these are mom issues that are so, so important. So I do want to make sure that you go to our website, you sign up for our weekly newsletter, because this is how we communicate with you and we provide information on a continual basis here at Moms for America, just for you as a mama. So go ahead to momsforamerica.us, sign up for our newsletter. Also, when you're there, I want to encourage you to check out all of our programs and all of our great resources we have there. One thing I always talk about every week is that we have our signature program called the Cottage Meetings. Moms love these meetings. There are 12 lessons that will inspire and educate you about America's amazing heritage and history, so you can share the principles of liberty in your home with your children, and then share those in your community. Again, it is so important for us as moms to be educated, informed, and inspired, because the battle is huge. And we got to have just the right tools in our toolbox to help our kids and help our country. So we say this always every week. We have everything you need, from the kitchen table to Congress. We have the right resources for you moms in this culture. So we always say this, remind you that liberty begins at home, that you are the greatest influencers in your children's lives, and that mamas, you are the heartbeat of America. And that's what is so powerful about being a mom. Just want to remind you to join us next week. We're here every week with the Moms for America podcast with inspiring discussions and interesting guests to help you in your journey through motherhood. Again, share this one out with your mama friends, like, subscribe, join our newsletter, and make sure you're back here next week for another Moms for America podcast. And as always, let's keep changing our world one home at a time, moms. Talk with you soon.